using microalgae in soil regeneration. So you can scan the barcode, then you'll link to our website. So we are in LinkedIn, so we are in a lot of social media as well. So let me first start. So, okay, do you know, anyone know about microalgae? Does anyone have an idea what microalgae is? Okay, I think that's the usual case. So let me explain what's microalgae. So algae, there are actually two types. There's a macro one, which is like seaweed, sea grapes, the things you can actually touch and see, so you can feel it. Then the micro one, microalgae is actually a phytoplankton. It's very small. You have to use a microscope to look at it. So it's a phytoplankton, a single cell. So more commonly, people would know it as spirulina. In Chinese would be the lan zhao, li zhao, the ones you can actually eat. That will probably you aware of those things. Many people use it for supplements as well. And for us, we actually use it in a lot of applications. As you can see, this is our platform, Atoz Microalgae. We focus on algae to zero carbon. This is like a circular economy as well. So not only we focus on zero carbon, we actually focus on zero hunger, zero poverty, and also all the SDG goals as well. So what are we? So we are a sustainable regenerative technology, meaning that we help farmers to do sustainable practices in their agriculture. So that would be vegetation, plantation, durian, or palm oil, and all those things. So next, we are also a carbon project developer. So thanks, Michael, for mentioning about carbon credit as the next currency. So we are part in the ecosystem to generate carbon credit as well. So for us, we focus as you can see. Okay, the 5 blocks, that will be the SDG goal. And you will see we are helping corporates to reduce their impact as well as reduce their carbon emissions to make it like a self-sustainable ESG projects as well. Then, as a biotech company, we are nature-based. We aim for net zero solutions, meaning that we are using microalgae to capture carbon. Next, you can see that supply, meaning that we are trying to get farmers to actually have their crop yield improvement and also make sure that they can reduce their costs as well. So meaning when we deal with plantations or farmers, that we want to have a economical impact as well. We do not want you to do, not only you can do good for the environment, but also be able to get profit from it. So this is basically what we do in the whole. I'll explain a bit because there's actually quite a lot of things that we do. So global warming. A lot of people think what's happened these days. I mean, the first day I arrived in Taiwan, it's actually quite hot. But to be honest, this is not an isolated event. The whole world is getting hotter and hotter because that we have a lot of carbon emissions through our activities. So you can see what's happening in the world. You have heat waves, meaning it's actually very extremely hot. So we use a lot more aircon, more cost for us as well. Then you have natural disasters like flood, hurricanes. Especially in Peninsula, we get flooding a lot because when it rains, we're happy that the rain comes, but it floods. So then you have what we call soil degradation and food insecurity, meaning that Malaysia, we actually have this challenge that our food security is not actually that secure. This is due to what we have, unhealthy soil and healthy soil. I think most people in agriculture, you would actually know about this, about healthy soil and unhealthy soil. So for us, we categorize in these two. So when you do plantation, when you're on a healthy soil, you have to do tillage, meaning that because you want to, the soil is so compact, you want to make it easier for planting. Then we are using a lot of agrochemicals. Thus, it actually reduces the organic matter, meaning that the synthetic fertilizer is actually killing the microbes in the soil as well. Because you're looking at it, synthetic chemical is very efficient, but they are so efficient that the plant cannot actually absorb immediately. That's why when the rain comes, 60% of your fertilizer actually leaches out. It just washes out. About only 40% is being absorbed. Then, because you're doing tillage and all, the carbon is actually released into the air as well, meaning that you're actually releasing GHG gases that make the world even hotter. Then you have the soil compaction, where when the rain comes, it just goes away. It doesn't being absorbed by the soil. So you can see at the healthy soil as well. Then you have increased biodiversity, increased matter, carbon rich, and also you're able to retain the water itself. So this is our solution for the soil. So we are using microalgae in the form of soil regeneration, meaning that we apply on the soil itself. So our system is portable, economical, and scalable. So for us, we do the whole lot, from soil investigation to the end as well. We will go through your process, how you do your farming as well. Okay, this is a simple matter how to explain what is microalgae. As you can see, microalgae is actually, I'll give you a fun fact. 70% of the oxygen in the whole world is actually from microalgae. They're not just from trees. Because microalgae is actually the fundamental. So they start from even ancient. So you can see that microalgae is like plants, like trees as well. So they do photosynthesis. They take in carbon, CO2, and then give you oxygen. So basically, they need sunlight, water, and nutrients, and then they do photosynthesis. And what we do is, we apply in the soil itself. Okay, this is how we use microalgae as a soil regeneration agent. So on your left, you can see that microbial activity. When we put it into the soil, it actually attracts beneficial microbes. So meaning your soil will be more biodiversified, more fertile. And then we would improve the soil structure because it's able to aggregate the soil and water retention, meaning that when the rain comes, after applying microalgae, it's able to help the soil to retain more water. That means that your plants will benefit from it. Then we have the soil enrichment, and obviously NPK. I think most of agriculture people will know about nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium. That's what you use as a fertilizer, but this is the organic way, because when you apply in microalgae, they break and they have nutrients that come up. And also I would need to mention, we are also able to increase the soil organic carbon, making it very environment friendly. So this is how the soil microbial works. I won't go into too details,